All right. Welcome, everybody. So, I'm going to start streaming more regularly again as I prep for something totally different. Let me get up a few things here before I switch over. Let's see, we have painting. Hey, Koo, how's it going? Actually, we can go ahead and switch, it's fine. New scene. Bam. Hi! Yeah, I'm going to be using the mic, or the camera more now, too. What is it, Luna? Of course, as soon as I get started. What? All right. So, hey! Leave that alone. Biting the camera cord. She would have to start getting into a mood as soon as I start. So, as you can see, I have the Mac captured here on the side. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to be working on several... What? Luna, come on now. Working on a reference photo. Metal Gear, thank you so much for that resub. Welcome back to the forest, my friend. How are you doing, Metal? 4-month resub, wow, nice. Luna! Hey, no, fine. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to be working on putting together a reference. Yeah, Kitty's being wild, of course. This would have to be the day she's nuts. Luna, go. Where's your toy, huh? Where's your toy? Hang on, guys. Whew. All right. Where did her toy go? Maybe she'll bring it back to me. Okay. All right. So, with that said, I'm going to work on some references on my Mac. That's pretty much all I'm doing today is picking out some photos. I know what I'm going to paint, sort of, but the background of the subjects is all messed up, and so I'm just kind of like doing some planning. So that's what we'll do today. So let's do it. Yep. Okay, 7:33. 7:33. Okay. So dark. So I don't like this background, but I like these poses. So I'm gonna cut them out and put them onto this background. Obviously warping it so it looks right. I've done this once before, but I wasn't happy with the turnout. This is kind of what I got. The edges need to be cleaned up. Not that it really matters because I'm using this as a reference anyway. So when I paint, I can just fix it myself while I'm painting, and it won't matter. But just for me, I want to clean it up a little bit. I also want to make the background a bit darker so that they stand out a little bit more. And I might flip with the orientation. I'm not set on that yet either. So this is all kind of a work in progress, a planning. Ooh, she's really playing now, which is good. Leave me alone. So this is sort of a planning. Wow, the colors on that look totally off compared to what I'm seeing here. Anyway, so this is sort of a planning stream. Planning painting stream. So anyway, this is what I'm going for. So we'll start from scratch again. Let's see here. Open this one. So if you have any questions or you want to know why I'm doing something or whatever, feel free to ask. Alright, so the first thing I'll do is I'll work on cutting all this out. And I think since they are rather, the lines are rather stark here, I should be able to go in and use a very light feather. So maybe like even like a 2. I'm gonna test it though, or maybe a 3. Start with a 3 and we'll test. Okay, see how it does. Metal Gear giving 5 subs to the channel. Wow. Thank you, Metal. Gave it to Sarcasm the Cat. That's funny. That's my alter ego. An Angry Trees bot. Thank you so much, Metal. Wow. Let's get some hype in the channel, everybody. Wait, where are the notifications? What's happening? The alerts. There they are. Wow, thanks so much, Metal. And welcome all those new subs. Yeah, I'll get some hype in the channel too. I'm gonna be hearing that for a few minutes. Bow, bow, bow. Apparently, Metal. Apparently. Okay, so that is a feather of 3. Let's go ahead and copy that and just see what that looks like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, okay, let's stick with a feather 3. I can go in and clean up. There's a little bit there. Sarcasm the Cat, that's pretty funny. I used that one before. That's my alter ego. Alright. So yeah, let's do that. So a feather of 3. We're just basically going to cut these guys out and put them here. And we're going to adjust the background and warp it to make it look more in perspective. In fact, I could look at this and see how the perspective is running here. This is a lot flatter perspective than this one, so I'll need to flatten this out. Let's see if we can do that here. First unlock it. There we go. Edit, transform, perspective. Luna, don't you start that. Whoa! Going into some interstellar stuff right here. Alright. But what we need to do, flatten it as such. Do that. Pull that out like that. There we go. Now we feel like we're closer to the ground. And then I can probably stretch it as well. So, alright, we'll cancel that. Luna, do not bite that. Am I gonna have to start spraying you? Just trying to bite the cords. Hey! Come on, Jesus. Alright, so we'll go ahead and cut out then. So we know that's gonna work. We know Feather 3 is gonna work, so we should be good. Just start cutting. What? What? Alright. Luna, once I start this, I can't stop. Wait. We can cut them together. There's no need to cut them individually. Luna! Kitty wants attention. Which is weird because she's usually asleep right now. Nice and slow. We're not gonna be in a hurry here. Luna! I may have to come in and cut out that like red spot just to the right there, because she has like this little dangly hair piece. And this is really noisy and everything because it was quite dark. So what I'll have to do is go in and de-speckle it. I'll show you guys how I do that. Oops. Get out! Bad kitties get sprayed. Can you guys even tell what I'm doing? I don't know if you can see it too well. The lines are pretty faint here, actually. I can barely see it. I wonder if there's a way to turn up the width of the line in Photoshop. See it a little better. So one of the reasons that this helps, doing this actually, is that hi Night Raven, is that also I'm doing kind of an outline study of sorts, really, because I'm just exploring the edges here. I swear, Luna, if you say hi. Say hi. Yes. Kind of exploring the edges of the subject here. To me, that helps. So, all right. How about just laying down in my lap, Luna? Maybe. wanted attention. Any sort of attention. So, yeah, that's one regret I do have. I didn't use a longer exposure for these guys. But that's okay. That can sort of be fixed. And it's a reference, so best thing about painting from a reference photo is that a reference photo doesn't have to be perfect. I can fix it while painting, which is very helpful. Don't you step on the keyboard. That messes it up. It's no good. Gotta start all over. Going down the kimono here. Trying to get these folds right. So yeah, this is going to be my reference. You know what, guys? I should have probably started to... started to prime the canvas I'm going to be painting on. Because that takes about 2 weeks to dry. But I was thinking about buying a board, an already primed and ready board. To paint this particular piece on. Hey, stop chewing the bag of food. She has plenty of food already, so I don't know why the hell she's chewing the bag. Hey, stop that. Stop that. Luna. And you might be wondering, you might be saying, well, can't you just paint the subject and put in a new background while you paint? Like, why go through the trouble of cutting all this out? And that's a legitimate point. However, I would kind of like to see the finished product. That's kind of the whole reason I plan out a painting ahead of time, is so that I can see it, how it's going to look, before I actually go out and paint it. So that if I need to make any compositional changes, I can do it in the computer instead of on the painting itself. Not to mention, it just helps by being able to see the finished product in your head or on an image. Prior to painting. It's like each step I add in more and more detail. I refine my idea more and more as well. So that by the end, or by the time I start actually painting, I know exactly what I'm doing. Down to what color goes where. I mean, there's some times in a painting where I don't know and I'll get to a point. But that's okay. I don't know the exact color. I know the general color that I'm going to use there. And then I make the decision while painting. But that's something that's easily done in the painting itself. Or while painting it, rather. Because if that's really the only decisions I have to make is value and color and stroke and edges, right? And I've kind of simplified it because my brain can work on those things while I'm actually painting. But if I have to make compositional adjustments at the same time, I've noticed that I tend to get bogged down and then I make mistakes. So again, by cutting all this out, making all the decisions in Photoshop, then I can, alright. I need to cut out her booty because this red thing that they're sitting on, this red bench, I do not want. Okay. Although I do like the way that the folds come in here over the red. And the reflection of the kimono fabric, the silk fabric, inside of there. I don't want to use this red because it will detract from my subject. And I may actually just lop off their knees as well and have it from the knees up because they are, make it look like they're kneeling instead of sitting. This is all a part of the painting process for me, though. I get to know my subject really well here. Or at least the edges of them. So what are you guys up to on this Saturday? Anything interesting? Need to be sure to follow these folds here. My eyes are going cross-eyed. Gotta take a break for a second. Ooh. Alright, getting close, getting close. Working our way up the up the back here, up the back shoulder. Nearly there, nearly there. Alright, now I'm gonna kind of... There are some hairs here, but I can add those in later in the actual painting process. Right now I'm just gonna come up the back of the nape of her neck. Whew! My eyes. Alright, where did I start? Right here somewhere? Oh, right there, okay. Bam! Whew! That's a lot. Copy that. Paste it there. Actually, we'll come up here. Make an even newer layer here. Paste it there. Oh yeah, that's cut out a lot better. You can tell there. Yep. Yeah, that's a lot better. Alright, what we can do... Let's see. I'm gonna make a new one here, and I'm gonna make it the actual size in inches. 100. Luna! She got behind. Hang on. Got behind the dashboard. Luna, get out. That's right. Good girl. She knew she did bad because as soon as I started walking over, she ran out. I was like, oh, maybe he's not listening. Okay, so the width of this piece is going to be 24 inches, and the height is going to be 36 inches. Okay? So obviously we're going to have to scale this. But we need to show our grid lines to get our perspective, or not our perspective, but our, you know, you guys know. All right, rule of thirds here. All right, so we're going to go 300% on the width, which is about right, and then we'll go 300% on the height, which is also about right. See, this is too awkward. If I center them like that, that's too awkward. Pull them over. Let's see if we do her ear. That's enough room there. Oh no! What happened? Okay, I thought it crashed. That would have been sad. It's doing it again. Oh, the batteries. That's the problem. Okay. Well, rip that. Alright, music, where are you? Whoop. Hello? Hello? Music. Oh, it's just particularly quiet part. Okay. Alright, so trying to design this here. Do we want to put them up against it like that? Can pull it out just a little bit. Could split the difference between that third line there, between their eyes on either side of it. And then put that on her ear, like that. Or we can push it over to the side like that. Let me go ahead and save this. Save as Twin Geisha Rework. It's not really geisha anyway. It's people dress like that. Fuck you! Mouse keeps dying on me. So throwing it helps, right? Come on. I gotta buy new rechargeable batteries because they don't last worth a damn now. Oh great, now it's not even turning on. Alright, let's see here. Let's do the old battery trick, right? You have 4 batteries that are dead. Your device requires 2 of them. So switch out the 2 that you have. Hopefully finding the best of both, right? Uh-oh. Did I kill it? You guys. I think I have another one actually. Or I might have given the other one away. Oh no! Dude isn't even coming on now. That's not good. Well, let me use 2 batteries that I know are good. Hope I didn't kill the mouse. That would be tragic. Oh shit. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Ooh, scared me. I thought I killed the mouse for good. recharge my batteries too. They're getting bad. Getting low. Alright. Okay, we're back in business. Now, need to make some composition choices here. Do we want this? Let's get the background in there. So, we said we needed to warp the perspective a little bit of this guy, so we'll do that. Transform perspective. Drag this line out so we get closer to the ground. And this line, not down. Yeah, something like that. We want this one vertical. Perfectly vertical. Woo. Use the edge of the thing here. That's fairly vertical. Wait, why is the top like that? Oh, that's weird. All we did really was zoom in. So what's that? Minus 1.1 on the height. H. Nope, wrong one. Whoa. Nope. None of that. Ooh, it's handy. I mean, really, that's all we did. Let's just push that outwards. Yeah, because it's the same. Like, it's just zoomed in now, or rather stretched widthwise. So that didn't really do anything. I said cancel. Let's see. Perspective warp, is that what it is? What's that gonna do? Nothing. Alright, not using this tool correctly. And warp this. Uh-oh. Don't you crash. Don't you do it. Well, I saved the other one, so that's all that matters. At this point. Yoo-hoo! I think we killed it, guys. I think we killed it. Yep. Oh, it's a force quit it, actually. Force quit. Wow. Alright, let's try again. Recovered, recovered, recovered. Ooh, nice. Oh man, it got rid of our... Oh no, it got rid of our map. I mean, that's alright, because I think we got what we needed, but still. Luna, what are you doing over there? Jumping around. Like a crazy cat. Luna. Alright, we're gonna put this with Geisha Pose. This is the first one. I went ahead and just dropped in the other one there. So we had two of them. She's chasing her tail on the back of our chair. She's gonna fall. Then she's gonna be mad at herself for doing that. Okay, so anyway. We got that. We're working on the background before we make composition decisions on those. Okay, so we were warping our perspective here. Distort, skew, warp. Just do warp. What would happen if we just warp it? Warp it. Right? It's kind of the same thing, huh? I think that's the same thing. Cancel. Edit. Transform. Warp. No, not that one. Cancel. Perspective. Alright, we're gonna try this one. Again. See how it like brings it up? I mean, that is working. Squishes the... Just don't... I guess what we could do is we could do this and then stretch the top. How did I do this one before? Just zoom in? I think I just zoomed in on that one. Guess we can try that. Let me go ahead and warp it though. Image. I'll do it a little bit and we'll see if that'll help. Nope, not that one. Just a little. Okay. Take that juicy fella. Put it on that juicy layer and probably increase the size, right, of that guy. Edit. Let's see. Transform. Scale. What did I say? I think before we did 300, so let's try that. 300. 300. Okay. Yes. There we go. Yeah, we're getting a perspective right now. Makes them look like they're actually sitting there. So what I have over here. It's even more zoomed in on this one. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. So we have that. I also kind of have this side too. And I don't know which more I'm in love with. I like the perspective of this side more. Like, the perspective seems to work better on this side. kind of like how dark that's getting too. Yeah, this one seems like the lighting isn't correct here. The lighting doesn't match with the background. If I wanted to do this one, I think I would have to, that background, I'd have to do this with those. You see how now the background matches well. I think I'd have to do that. I don't know, kind of like that too. No! Damn it, I forget that I have to apply the changes here. Oh, that's another decision too. How much of this do we want to see? I don't know. I really like that though. Like this seems more pleasing to me. We have the light coming in from the right. The darkest, we have this dark right here. In fact, we could, yeah, right. No, that looks too purposeful. The light makes more sense here. The background. Let me view the rulers here. Yeah, look at these interest points here. We have the line here. We have this almost hitting there. We have her eyes right on that line. I like it. 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 Yes, Ollie? I'm liking this more, I think. See, okay, oops. I don't want to put that little ball there. This is the handle for the door, I think, for the sliding wall there. I don't want to put it here because now it looks like they're looking at that. Let's see if we stretch this. really starting to think that this is the way I want it. I don't like showing that white up there because my eye is getting drawn too much up here. So, need to keep it down a little bit. The lighter areas down here, I kind of like that because on the background, because now if my eye does come down here, then I have the interest of the kimono and the hands. So here's kind of how I want to design your eye movement. I'd like your eye to hit right here, okay, with her, and then move to this one, okay, and then move somewhere down here, maybe noticing the flowers in her hair, and then come down her left arm here, seeing the kimono and all the design of the flower patterns here, and then we wind up at her hands, and then we exit the painting here. A nice fluid, and maybe that's why I like this one. Maybe that's why I like the design of this more, because my eye has a nice movement to it, a nice flow with the background. So we land here, maybe, or here, move this way, down, see the hands, and then out that way. Yeah, I think we're good here. I think this is what I want. I think I like this more than I do this, or rather whatever the opposite of that was. This one. Yeah, because it feels like they're clashing, right? We're hitting an edge here when we exit, but the perspective is wanting us to go back in, which, I mean, that could be good, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, shit! I forgot to hit apply. Well, we knew where it was. We just got to do it again. So that was up there. This was down there. Pull this out. Stretch this up. Yeah, I kind of like how her face, we have this, because that's really going to highlight it right there. I'll need to come in and cut out these areas, but yeah, I think we're good there. Stretch it that way just a little bit more. Yeah. Yep, this is what I want. Alright, let me apply that before I forget. Okay. Transforming. Then we can move the ladies around just a little bit. We can decide here, do we want to push her back up against it like that? Oh man, look at that. Actually, look at this pattern, this negative and positive space pattern. Yeah, this is the way to do it. This is the way I need to do it. Look at the positive and negative space here. Let me duplicate this layer and show you guys something. This is pretty cool. Alright. For this layer, what we're going to do is we're going to transform it. Transform. So check this out. look at this. I didn't really notice this before, but the background space is exactly, or nearly the same anyway, as the ladies. Look at that. It's the same, the negative space is nearly the same as the positive space there. When I push them up against the wall like that, or push them up against the side like that. It's pretty interesting. Anyway, that's... I don't think that matters. I just kind of find it cool that it's the same shape. You see what I mean? We're doing like a reverse L. And we make an R with the negative space here. Man, I'm leaning towards doing this, where they're butted up against the side like that. Because I think if I do it like this, my eye wants to fall on the right a little bit more, because we have more contrast over here. But if I push it back a little bit, not so much. I mean, I hate to lose the detail in the interest of her obi here. Man, I think this is it, guys. I think this is it. I like this a lot. See what I mean about pleasing and like finding the right composition? Like it's, I don't know, it's so important to do. Alright, I think that's where I want it. Save. Alright, let's go in and do some removal. Some speckled removal here. Speckled gem removal. Alright, so you guys can tell it's really messed up, right? So we'll come in here and we'll do despeckle first, I think is the right order. Oops. Do that. I thought that was it. Oh wait, reduce noise maybe? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. So here's before and after. Yeah, that's better. Also, I need to come in here and cut out these areas. And then we'll come in and we'll do filter. I think it was dust and scratches, I think. Woo. I think I recorded what I did before. It worked so well. Let's see. I did denoise and dust and speckles, super crop. Huh. Okay, well, that doesn't matter too much because for the inner detail work, I already have a cutout of what I'm using there, so I'm using this to paint from their faces. You can kind of see that also I increase the lightness around their faces and stuff. And when I actually paint their face, this is what I'm using. So obviously I'll make a few lines hard here, a little bit harder because we lost it because of the feather. Man, how did I do that? Denoise. Maybe I need to. Let me go back here. Step backwards. Step backwards. Oops. Step forward. Okay, let me save this. This is what I want. Okay, save. Alright. I like that composition better. Song, RH negative. All right. So let's see. Maybe I need to come in and crop some of this out. Well, first before I do all that, let me cut out some of the red we have in here, and I'm going to go feather 1 on this one, or feather 0 actually, no feather, because we're so freaking close to the eyeball here. There we go, it's a little better. A little better. Okay, then we have this down here to cut out as well. Actually, I am going to feather it. Just one, though. One feather. One feather, please. So dang dark in there, man. I guess when I paint this, I just need to be aware that my final reference here that I'm going to use is these lines should be harder. And that may be obvious to me when I actually go in and do paint it. Because these lines are soft here because of the feather that was on the cutout, original cutout. So, but that's okay. The main purpose of what I was doing today is solving the the background thing and the positioning. So, and I like this a hell of a lot better. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. Hey, Whimsy, how's it going? Welcome. Alright, so we did the rework. Save. Yeah, replace. Hey, Battery. This is my next reference for the painting I do. I did get a haircut recently, actually. Thank you. Fairly recently. I let my hair go way too long before. So anyway, yeah, this is, I'm working on, where is it? I'm working on putting in a reference, or getting a reference together for the next painting that I do. I'm doing a really big one, 24 by 36, 2 feet by 3 feet. And I'm going to enter it into the BP Portrait Award. We'll see. Basically to make myself get better at portrait painting. So anyway, I took this photo of these ladies sitting on a bench, which let's see, where is it? I'll show you guys. Before and after. This is more or less after. 33, I think it was. Yeah. So here's the picture of them sitting on a bench together. I had a lot of problems. One, it was really, really dark. So their faces are very dark. I hated this background. So I cut all that out. And put them into this scene. This background here. I think they fit pretty well. I had done this once before to kind of prep and get ready, and this was what I had before. And I didn't like this. Compositionally, I didn't like this one. What's the rectangle in the top right? Oh, up here? That is just the trim of the, it's wood basically, it's just really dark. My layout, the rectangle of my layout. I don't know what you're talking about. The thing above my head. Oh, on stream. My bad. This is the palette cam. I just didn't have a palette on, so instead of, I was looking at the reference going, what the heck are they talking about? But yeah, palette cam, and I guess I was just lazy and I didn't disable it like a normal person. I just turned the camera upside down. Whatever works. In fact, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Although the bright pink was too bright. Just do that. Double immersion. That's right. Oh, that would be kind of cool and funny. Someone that's a really big narcissist streamer, they have like 3 or 4 cameras of different angles from them. And either it switches in OBS or it has them all. Okay, so anyway, I like this better. I scooted them over so that my eye isn't drawn to the contrast between her kimono and the dark background, because that's what was happening when I flipped them before. is that this lighter region on your kimono was contrasted here with the very dark. So by flipping them and moving them over, I essentially prevented your eye from going here. So the whole design now is that your eye lands somewhere right in here on their faces, either one of them. We're attracted to faces, so looks at their face and then slowly drifts down to the right here, comes down and sees the floral patterns in the kimono, comes down to the hands, look at the detail in the hands, and then out through this perspective line, out the painting. Inverse of that, your eye could also do, but I doubt it, because we're so attracted to faces that that's where we look first. So I think that's a really nice, elegant motion of your eye through the painting. So that works. They always say compositionally, find the letters. It's good to have letters in a painting. I don't know if that's total bullshit, but this was by accident. There is an R in the negative space of the background, so we have an R and an inverse L here. So of the subject. I don't know if that's real. I honestly don't know, but I've heard that as a general compositional rule. Make letters. So, plus something's kind of cool here. I noticed this a minute ago, that if I do this, and if I just rotate them, duplicate them and rotate them, something kind of cool happens here. They take up most of the frame, so it's like exactly the same, almost. Spatial. The negative space is almost an inverse of the positive space. So anyway, something kind of cool. That doesn't matter either. Just something I noticed. I like this composition a lot better than my first try. This was my first try. This is my second try. A lot better the second time. So I'm going with this one. Unfortunately, I did a lot of zooming in and cleaning up edges, and like notice how speckled everything is, noisy everything is. I cleaned that up quite a bit before, and so I can still use the ones that I cleaned up. See, here it was afterwards, before and after for their faces. So I'm actually going to paint from this one, but this is using the different reference, but it doesn't matter because I'm only using the face, neck, and ear from this one. Oh, and probably the flower too. Man, the flower is going to be fucking difficult. Whew. As far as the kimono, that's the same. It's just the background, really. That's what I'm going to have to work on. In fact, I need to resave a background, because now that I decided compositionally what we're doing here. Also have, if you're into the 1/3 rule, or rule of thirds, that one. This is what that looks like. We have her right on that eye here. We have the horizon line pretty much on that bottom third. The left hand on the left third. Their faces on the right third. So yeah, I think compositionally we're well balanced. The only really third that we don't have much going on in is this upper left one, but I think that's okay. We have this background dot. I think that's the handle of the sliding wall. I think that's what that is, but it doesn't matter. That's the only thing really of interest in that area. So yeah, I think we're good. I like this. I like it. So let me turn these off and save this layer. Save as the actual background. You know what I should do? I should start another folder that says actuals. Abstract finals. We're getting some food and making coffee. Cool. I probably won't be live much longer. I'll be back tomorrow as well. I'm going to start streaming more regularly again. Doing some paintings and probably some studies of this subject to prep for actually going out. Man, this is 1.7 gigs. Jeez. Here, let me. I'm gonna make a new file in here called actual references finally. That one. And then star. So the hair, we can still use that one. Full reference we're not going to use. The neck and all that stuff we can still use. The bodies and kimono we can still use. It's just the it's just the background and the full reference. All right, that's where we need to save this guy. File, save as. Finals, blam. This will be background. Realism. Oh god, this is gonna be giant. 23 megabytes for a JPEG. Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, when I do paintings, it's like I'm gonna turn on streams, so from now on it's gonna be kind of my thing. And also I'm going to use more of the face cam, just because I think it's more personal for you guys, to actually see someone painting. So what? Ollie's in disbelief. What? So yes. Okay. So I saved that one as the background, right? That one's there. Background, realism, 23 effing megs. Okay, that's good. And then we need to do a full, right? So file, save as. Full reference. Do not paint from. I have this nasty habit. Did you guys hear my my developing voice? My nasty habit. I have this nasty habit of painting from a full reference. I'll even go in and I'll cut out the areas that I'm going to paint. Like when I paint the face and the neck, I zoom in so I can see it, right? And I'll have the file for that. And I'll have a file for the hands. I have the file for the kimono or the body. I have the file for the background. And I'm supposed to paint those individually and merge them together on the painting itself. But I have this terrible habit of going in and looking at the full reference and painting from that. Well, there's not enough detail in the full reference, just because that's the way it goes, to paint from. So I have a nasty habit of doing that. So I have to remind myself, do not paint from. Up here. Save it as a JPEG. Save that one. Okay. I think that's all we need, huh? We have the face, neck, in various levels of brightness. Bodies and kimono, various brightnesses. Oh, we don't have that one for this. I don't think it matters. I guess it does. Yeah, for art. I've been doing more drawing lately. You have? Nice. That's cool. What have you been drawing? Oh, that's something we could do. I could just start doing some figure drawing. Mushrooms. Oh my. That's cool. What kind of mushrooms? Just the regular, what do you call them? Deli mushrooms? Or shiitake? Non-magical. Okay, I see. the laugh. Yeah, well, when you said that, I was picturing something else. Obviously. Okay, we're gonna do some figure drawing. That's what we can do, which means we do need this guy. Hello, everybody. Okay. There's a bright blue sticky note right in the middle of the way. There we go. Alright, we can close this guy. Don't save that one. Close that one. It was already saved. Don't save. Close that. Yeah, save that. I wanted to do a silly drawing for battery because I wanted to get back into drawing more, and I like mushrooms. I don't know. Not a whole lot of thought went into the choice. Nice. I'm fond of death caps. Death caps? Oh, man. That sounds scary. And amanitas? I don't know what amanitas are. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Yoo-hoo! Chrome! Wake up! Anytime I Google something from someone suggesting it on the internet, go into incognito mode. Alright, this music is too depressing. We need something upbeat. Like. I don't know if this is upbeat. We're gonna try. Yep. No, that's too upbeat. They're pretty mushrooms. Oh, those guys. Yeah. I know them. They're the classic garden variety, right? When you see a garden statue of a mushroom, that's what you see. Yeah. They're pretty mushrooms, but they're very poisonous. Yep. Yeah, those are pretty. Okay. Let's get out the drawing equipment. Oh. You guys want a welding lens? When I went to see the eclipse, I went and bought a welding lens. Shade 10. You have to use shade 10. Oh, this has notes in it. Oops. Hey, Metal, you still here? Spoony take all those? Here. Well, I think Spoony took all my drawing pads. that's a weird thing to write. That might have been a very high thought. Art is just look on the other page. Whatever that is. Alright, here's Spoonie's drawings. I hope she's okay with that. Oh, this needs to be flipped. Yeah, that was definitely a high thought. Yeah, that's true. It is. It is. So Spoonie has my sketchbook. She's asleep back there, so I don't want to wake her up. Wonder if we can use this. Probably not. But we're gonna try it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do some timed. These are always really fun. Used to do them a lot. We're gonna do some timed figure drawing. And it's been so long, I hope I remember how to do. Well, drawing speed run, yeah, basically. How do I lose pencils? Fucking annoying. Seriously. I haven't had this thing for too long and I've already lost 2 of them. I put shit back, mostly. Alright. Okay. Yeah, YouTube has some really good figure drawing stuff. Oh, I forgot I was in incognito mode. I was like, what weird suggestions all of a sudden? YouTube. Figure drawing practice time. I'm trying to remember the steps. I'm actually pretty bad at this, so I'm trying to remember the steps. Mostly means -2 in this context. Oh wait, I didn't see what you said up there. Speaking of which, do you think you'll play more Hollow Knight? No. No, I'm kidding. Maybe. Let's see. I do like it. It's just like getting time to do it. Or making time to do it, play it. You're just obsessed? Yeah. That's what Spoonie said. You guys have been like playing a lot. You find the delivery funny? What do you mean? You got down to... Oh yeah, I heard that on stream yesterday. I forget how to do this. You draw a line. I think the first one is like draw a line through from the hips to the top of the head. So it's like, I'm going to do the right one, the back one. Down to the booty. You guys can't see that, can you? And then you do the shoulders, right? Shoulders and the hips. And then the waist. Oh wait, this is flipped for you guys. Transform. Like that. There we go. Oh, the way I said no? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's one of those games, it's much more difficult to just play here and there with long gaps in between. The skill ceiling just keeps rising. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Alright, then you do like straight lines to connect the hips with the booty. Then you do, what is it, the knees? I'm trying to remember. Base of the feet. Hey Darth Yoda, how's it going? Yeah, I'm just remembering the steps right now. I'm not going for timed necessarily. Oops. Wrong connection point. Then the wrist. I'm gonna have to refresh on this. This has been a long time. Something like that. Is this the video that does it? No. Man, I have all that saved on my other account. I don't know why I just don't grab that real quick. I think it's on my other one. Oh look, I'm live right now. It's on this one. Manscaping. Must have been a while ago. Ah, here we go. No, these are just figure poses. Damn it. These aren't, this is literally exactly what I just did, I think. I'm trying to remember the breakdown, because there's like, you put lines for each, and it's just been a long time, so I can't remember. And then you like start rounding them off. Like you start connecting them. Like that. You turn them into like cylinders. been too long. Oop, that one's all fucked up. But anyway. Yep. Oh no, this isn't the one I was thinking of. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'll have to find it and re-remember it. Oh, this was kind of a funny drawing one day. Anyway, I'll have to do that another day when I'm more prepared. I'll have to find the video where it's like shows you the quick way to like draw a line for the shoulder and then a line for the hips and then connecting them and all that stuff. Because I don't remember. It's been a long time. In fact, like 10 years probably. So, but that's something fun we could do in the future. It's been fun, guys. Guys, my voice is still changing. I told you that. It's still dropping. It has been for like 15 years. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. In fact, we may do some figure drawing tomorrow when I'm more set up. I can get my sketchbook out too, so that will help. And I'll find those videos for us, and then we can follow along. Right? How does that sound for everybody? Sound good? All right. Catch you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for the new subs. And Metal, thank you so much for gifting those 5 subs to the stream. Much appreciated. Yep, see you tomorrow. I almost said see you tomorrow AT because I was reading your line, Battery. That would be weird and awkward. See you guys tomorrow. Yep. Bye, everybody. Oh, also tomorrow I'm probably going to prime my big board that I'm going to use to paint the subject on. I got it the other day. It's a giant board. So I'm going to figure out a way to stream outside because it's so large and I'm dealing with lead white that I can't really do it in here. So I'm going to figure out a way this afternoon to stream outside. So we'll see. I may have to do like my phone and stuff, but I'll figure it out. Bye, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow. Ollie says bye with a giant squeak. Bye.